Man. So in today's video, we got to talk about Skip Bayless being delusional again, guys. Remember about a month or so ago, we did a video highlighting Skip Bayless' delusion. After he had responded to Fox Sports firing him, Skip Bayless put out this delusional tweet saying that he left Fox Sports at his own merit and that he didn't get fired. He had this planned all along and he was already about to take on other ventures. Well, as we know now, Skip Bayless' other ventures is just trolling on his Twitter account, trolling LeBron James and Bronny James and the Cowboys and talking about Bronny James, LeBron James, and the Dallas Cowboys on his YouTube podcast. So that's the only thing Skip Bayless has been doing. Remember, Skip Bayless was saying that the shackles is off now because now he's not held back by Fox Sports.
I have never been more excited for a football season and a new beginning. I have waited a long time for this moment. I am finally free. Free to unleash in ways I never have. Free to give you every bit of me without boundaries, or handcuffs, or fear of suspension. I recently left FS1, an exit I'd been planning for several months, because I wanted to do this. I wanted to be my own boss, to bet on myself, to break free from the TV networks I've worked for 35 years. For 35 years, I've been told, don't. Careful.
So he did a recent interview blaming Shannon Sharpe for destroying Undisputed and ruining their audience by Shannon Sharpe getting mad that Skip Bayless told Shannon Sharpe to put his glasses back on.
What are you talking about?
You would take a person.
Put your glasses back on.
Can I finish?
So this is the reason why I say Skip is delusional and fails to take accountability for everything that he does, man. Because I can't believe he has sat down in this interview and blamed Shannon Sharpe for ruining Undisputed. Let's check out the clip right here.
Famous, obviously, the Tom Brady, that moment.
That was the moment.
Yeah, that was the moment. But what happens after the cameras are off? Is it Q? Is it don't talk for a while? Like, what? Tell us as viewers how that comes back together a little bit. Or did it not come back together?
I showed him from day one in 2016, shortly after you guys had started. Our first day was September 6th, 2016. You were...
We were March 2016.
Yeah. So you were about 6 months ahead of us. Okay. I tried to make him understand because I handpicked him because I really thought he could do this and he can do it and did do it because Shannon works hard at the craft. He was always prepared and always on time and always there for me. And I love him for that, and I will be forever grateful to him for what he gave to me for 7 great years, or maybe 6.5-ish, because now to these incidents, the one. Okay, so I think I misunderstood some of what he was saying, but what we're talking about Brady. My point is, it's hard to rip that. It's hard to criticize that as savagely as Shannon began to criticize Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. And I just couldn't get it. And so at one point he says to me, you do understand I'm in the Hall of Fame? And I said, yeah, but you're not in this guy's universe. He won 7 Super Bowls. Nobody's in his universe. And Shannon got mad about somehow I'm disparaging his career. Well, no, he won 3 Super Bowls and he's in the Hall of Fame. And there was some misunderstanding to it, but there was no lingering fight about it. And when we went to commercial, I tried to show him from day one, when we go to commercial, I am letting all of it go. Mm-hmm. I'm passionate about it, but I also know the show must go on. So I'm going to walk away for a second, as I always did. I walked over to my little desk and I began to prep for our next debate. And I let it go. People who ran the show decided we should maybe sit down after that one, and we did, and we had a great talk about it, and we hugged and went on to the next day. So we were really good.
Yeah.
We got through it, but that was the only day I can remember where he actually got mad on the air.
You could see it, and that's where it gets uncomfortable, where it's like the chemistry kind of...
And I told you, once you cross that line, audience is like,
yeah,
we're out.
Okay, so that's Skip Bayless blaming Shannon Sharpe for ruining Undisputed, causing their breakup, and not taking accountability for his own actions. Remember, guys, about a couple of months ago, the reports had came out talking about Skip Bayless saying that he had blamed Fox Sports for not mending the relationship between him and Shannon Sharpe. I did a video on that, and again, I was saying the same stuff that I'm saying right now, that this guy is failing to take accountability and responsibility for his own actions. How can you blame Fox Sports for not fixing a relationship between two grown old-ass men? And so in that same interview, guys, I have another clip to show you. Skip Bayless was talking about that. So let's check out what Skip Bayless had to say about him and Shannon Sharpe's relationship after the put your glasses back on moment. Check out that clip right here.
The ending with Shannon, people talk about. Are there any regrets there? Because obviously it felt like what you were talking about where PFT9, we don't fight off air, but it felt like it was kind of a real fight on air at times. And viewers can see that and feel that, and that's where it might turn a little bit.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
We took it up a notch from Stephen A. and I, because in the end, Stephen A. is more of a showman, an entertainer. So our debates could be a little sillier than the ex-pro football player now in the Hall of Fame versus me, because I do know football, and I would take it to whatever depth Shannon wanted to go to on X and O football. Wherever he wanted to go, I'll go there. Okay, so we would clash occasionally on the football part. Don't you understand? I'm in the hall. Yeah, I get it. I understand, but that doesn't mean I can't have an opinion that's correct about whether he can or can't play. We took it to levels of supreme debate where it went right to the edge and occasionally slightly over the edge of competitive.
Yeah.
To where we got mad at each other. And by the 7th year, it's a long time, man. We had some great runs. We did some big ratings numbers, trust me, that will never be touched again in FS1 history, I doubt. God bless them, but I doubt it. But the point was that, yeah, in year 7, did we fray a little bit? Sure we did. But I fought for him to stay, and I don't know what happened between Shannon and the people upstairs because I was not privy.
Right.
But he went before I went, you know, and it tore me apart. I did not want him to go.
Okay, so as we can see, Skip Bayless was saying that he thought him and Shannon were cool. They talked after the moment, and they hugged, and he thought that they were fine, right? So this is the reason why I say this guy's delusional, and he's just saying whatever he thinks can make himself sound good instead of just taking accountability. Because how come Skip Bayless can't just say, you know, that's my fault, that's my fault. That's one thing I have to give Stephen A. Smith. He will take accountability once he's finally checked on the shit that he says and does. Eventually, at some point, Stephen A. will come out and apologize for something that he said, if it offended people, or if he went over the line, or if he messed up a relationship between a co-host or maybe a player or something. Eventually, Stephen A. Smith will come out and say, you know what, that was my fault. I got to give Stephen A. Smith that. I have not seen Skip Bayless do this yet, and this is the reason why all of his former co-hosts, they speak up for other people that he's working alongside with, and they do not stand with Skip Bayless. Just like how we did a video of Jenny Taft responding to the news around that time when Skip and Shannon was breaking up. Jenny Taft had made a statement standing by Shannon Sharpe, saying how great it was working with Shannon Sharpe. She said nothing about Skip Bayless. Joy Taylor also talked about Skip Bayless, and everybody says the same thing about Skip. He's difficult to work with, but outside of the show, it's a completely different person. Marcellus Wiley started doing a lot of YouTube content talking about them. He was giving the inside scoops of how things go down at FS1, and he pretty much said that this was the breakup, and he was one of the first people to come out and break that news, saying that it's over with. There is no coming back from this. And yeah, man, and since then, Skip has not took accountability for anything. He's blaming Fox Sports for not fixing the relationship between him and Shannon Sharpe. When he got fired, he said that he left at his own merit because he had things cooking up. And so it just doesn't make sense, because why would Skip say, oh, it's Fox Sports that Shannon Sharpe had left? It's not my fault because I thought everything was okay. Well, if that's the case, then why is Skip saying that he had this plan to already leave Fox Sports? This is why I call BS on this, bro. Because if he had a plan to leave Fox Sports, then why would you care if Fox Sports fixed the relationship between him and Shannon Sharpe? His statements is just all over the place and it doesn't add up, because at the end of the day, everything falls on him and he is not taking accountability for anything, man. So that's it for today's video, guys. I would like for you guys to get in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you made this far in the video as well. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out. Catch you guys on the next video, and we out, guys. Peace.